Welcome everybody. My name is Jerry. Today we are going to talk about the easiest futures product that you could trade. The least amount of risk a 10-year-old could trade this futures product. Okay, I'm joking, but seriously, this is the easiest futures product you could ever trade. Okay? If you want to have the lowest risk trade in futures products, this one's it. It's called E-mini corn futures. Some of you are probably shaking your head. What? What the heck is E-mini corn futures? That's right. Symbol XC in front of you. This is the TD Ameritrade TOS platform software. You'll notice that I have circled in orange. Initial margin $220. That is the cheapest futures product you're probably ever going to find. Think about that. If you ever been scared and the only reason you're not trading futures is because you're scared to do it, and I hear it's really risky and people lose their fortunes and trading futures. Let me tell you something. That ain't going to happen in E-mini corn futures. You're not going to lose your fortune. Okay, just not going to happen. If you have if you only have $1,000 to trade with, heck, $750 to trade with, you can trade E-mini corn futures. Okay, I might even say $500. You could literally trade this E-mini corn futures with $500. If your broker lets you trade futures with that much money in your account, okay. But I don't remember if TD Ameritrade does, but they might. Okay. It doesn't get any cheaper than this, folks. $220. Okay, that's all that TD Ameritrade is requiring you to have in either cash and or assets to trade one contract of E-mini corn futures. All right. So if you've been sitting on the fence and you're thinking about trading corn, or you think about trading futures, but you're too scared to do it or don't know how to do it, this is the video. By the way, in the description just below this video, you'll see my futures video series, parts 1, 2, and 3. Make sure you watch that. That'll really help you out in understanding how to get started in trading futures. Also, there's a link to a spreadsheet, a futures spreadsheet. You can go ahead and download that for free, and it'll give you all the math, and it calculates everything for you. Really easy spreadsheet to use. Okay. But I encourage you to watch the futures video series. If you've never traded futures, that's a really great place to start. Okay. Okay, now you'll notice on the screen you see a blue arrow on the left-hand side of the screen. Well, that's a low point in price, right? You can tell that the price of this E-mini corn futures was low back in September 9th. You also notice it's right between two yellow arcs at the bottom. There's two yellow semi-arcs, semicircles. That's called cycle analysis. And in cycle analysis, we're always concerned about where the low price is. Where does the low price happen? Okay? So if you've never studied cycle analysis, we're going to talk about that in some other videos. But I'm giving you a little bit about how I place my pick a product to trade. Okay, now you'll see another blue arrow showed up on the screen, and it just so happens also a low in price. You'll notice that the price went from green down to red. That was somewhere in the middle of November, back in November 2019. Okay, you'll also notice that blue arrow happens to be right between two yellow arcs at the bottom of the screen. Okay, then on the far right, another blue arrow comes up. You'll notice that there's a low price going on there. Now, we didn't put a blue arrow in between the two arcs before because we didn't get a low price right there. Okay, it doesn't always happen. It's not perfect science, but it's usually very reliable most of the time. Okay, anybody that tells you they have a method, I see these videos on YouTube that crack me up. I have a method. Buy my product. You absolutely can't fail. Yeah, all I gotta say is run. Nobody's perfect when it comes to trading. Nobody. Okay, now you see on the left-hand side of the screen a green arrow comes up. You'll see some little green arcs at the bottom of the screen. That's smaller cycles where we see a low in price. Okay, so if all you ever did was catch the low in pricing, you could buy low and sell high just like you do at stock, right? That's why I'm showing you this. Showing you cycle analysis and how you can get into trading futures. Okay, the next low. Okay, you'll see a low price right there too, right? And then the next low. And all of these lows are happening where the cycles meet. The second cycle didn't perfectly meet, but the first one and the third one did really nicely. Okay, the next low. Cycle really nice. It hit right on the button, right where the cycles come together. And then the next one, looking really good here. And then lastly, we have a little arrow there on the far right-hand screen at the bottom. Okay. Now I put numbers in each of these arrows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And really only number 2 didn't match up to its cycle. Okay, you'll notice that I'm putting in yellow arrows here below each of the green arrows. So for cycle 1, cycle 3, cycle 4, cycle 5, and cycle 6, they all matched right where those green arcs came together. Okay, let's look at a spreadsheet. This is for those that want to know the math behind trading, And this is 3 lines. It's all the same futures product, symbol XC, E-mini corn futures. Okay. What you're going to notice, if you look at the orange highlighted column, you'll see quantity. Also, could be contracts or lots. Quantity, contracts, lots, all the same thing. Okay. You'll see in the first line one contract. And to the right in the blue highlighted column, you'll see in the first row it says $220. So for one contract, all you would need minimum in cash or assets would be $220. Now, I don't recommend you only have $220, but TD Ameritrade, the broker I trade with, that's what they're going to require of you to have. That's so cheap. That's why I said earlier, a 10-year-old could trade this product. Okay? That's how cheap it is. $220 to take on a contract. Okay? Now, if you look at the second row, you'll notice the quantity says 2. And to the right of that, in the blue column, you'll see it says $440. Well, that makes sense because if you go all the way over to column B, way on the left says the first column says futures and the second column says margin. Well, you'll notice all 3 rows, the margin is the same, $220. So all we're doing is taking $220 and multiplying by the number of contracts that you would buy or sell if you're going to sell short. Okay? So, 220 times 2 is 440. On the third line, 220 times 3 is 660. Okay? So, it doesn't get much cheaper than that when it comes to trading futures. This is probably the cheapest futures product you're going to find anywhere. This is perfect for those people who, if you're scared to get in, you're worried you're going to lose money, this is the one. Okay? And I trade this myself, as a matter of fact. I might even take just 1 or 2 contracts sometimes. Okay? Because this particular product, even if I miss bad, even if I totally miss the price direction, let's say I think the price is going to go way up and it goes way down. Since the margin requirement is so low that even if I miss bad, I usually can just wait it out until the price rebounds and then I make a little profit and get out. Of course, with futures, you do have to be concerned about expiration date, so you can't hold it forever. But again, go watch the futures video series in the description below. If some of this sounds strange to you, you go watch that first, and then you'll have to understand what I'm talking about. Okay. So this product, this futures product, E-mini corn futures, is so cheap that even if you miss bad, you can usually get away with it. I'm not suggesting you should trade that way, but it's nice to know there's a futures product out there that's so cheap that if you miss bad, it doesn't break the bank. Now, if you look over, I have a circled in green in the far right-hand part of the screen. You'll see $312 circled in green. That's a recent price. That was the low of the day. And then in yellow, it was the high of the day, $321. The difference between those two is obviously $9. Okay? And if you look at column L, you see the profit for the day was $90. So if you happen to get into this trade and get out of the trade in the same day, you would make $90. $90. The next one down, you'd make $180 because it's 2 contracts, right? You just multiply it by 2. The third line down, you make $270 because it's 3 contracts. Okay? Now, this is where a lot of people get confused about futures trading. The $312 is not how much money you need to spend to buy one contract. It's not like when you're buying stock. A lot of people won't buy Google because Google, when it was up to $1,000, whatever it was, $500, really expensive stock. A lot of the people have a little bit of money in their account. They won't buy it because they're not interested in buying 1 or 2 shares. Right? It's kind of psychological, right? So in futures trading, it's not like that at all. The start price and end price here, that's just the market's way of putting a value on this particular futures product. It's got nothing to do with how much money you have to spend to get in to take in a position or place in an order. The number you want to be concerned about is the $220 times the number of contracts. So forget about the price. The price is just a way for you to determine direction. For most people are just looking to make a profit, right? You're not going to take a delivery on corn, are you? Most people have no interest in taking delivery on corn. Okay? We'll get into that because corn, remember, is a commodity. And I believe if you want to, you could take delivery and actually take the corn. Imagine corn showing up at your door. Whole truckload of corn. Okay, so don't get caught up in the price. The price is not relevant in the sense of that's how much money you need. Okay, just look at the price as a way for you to make money either going up or down. Which, by the way, for those of you that don't know, in futures trading, you can buy long or sell short. It's the same amount of margin requirement. Nothing like stock. That's why I hate stock. Well, I don't hate it, but that's why I don't short stock because the brokers require you to have a massive amount of leverage and margin requirement to trade short stock. But in futures, it's not like that at all. You can trade long, buy long, or sell short. It's the same. It's the same $220 for this particular product if I buy it long or sell it short. And that's the beauty of futures trading. The leverage is in your favor. Okay? And this product is so cheap that if you lose money in this product, if you lose your whole bank account or your whole brokerage account in this product, you must have fell asleep at the wheel and went on vacation for a week and left your position sitting there open without having a stop loss. Okay? Because like I said earlier, a 10-year-old could probably trade this product. All right? I know I'm just joking, but trying to make a point, this product is so easy to trade. So if you want to know how to get it, if you're thinking about getting into futures trading, you want to delve into it and have the opportunity to make more money than you're making than trading stock, this is the product to do it. If your current broker doesn't have futures trading, take a little bit of that money, move it over to TD Ameritrade. It won't take long to open up an account, and you can be trading in no time, probably less than a few days, maybe a week at the most, okay? It's worth it. Stop messing around with stock only. Stock is nice, and yes, you can make money on it, but futures trading way more profitable. Yeah, in theory, there is the possibility to have infinite loss in futures trading, but on E-mini corn futures, I just don't see it happening. It's just not going to happen. Okay, like I said, not unless you're just not paying attention. Okay. Really hope you enjoyed the video today. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. While you're at it, go ahead and click the notification bell so you can keep up with all the videos I'm going to be putting out. I'm going to be trying to put out a video every day called the Trade of the Day, and it's going to be on futures, okay? And if you don't mind, I really appreciate if you give a thumbs up on this channel. Really helps out my YouTube channel. And look forward for more videos to come out real soon. We'll talk to all of you again real soon next time.